The unspeakable gift and the spirit of the human race. Your unspeakable gift is found within the spirit of the human race. Each race belongs to the human race, whether we be Jew or Gentile, Hebrew, Israelite, or Edomite, whether we're of Islam or Christianity. We all belong to the human race. Whether we be a bondman or a free man, whether we be a slave to the corporate world or a corporate in the corporate world, we all belong to the human race. Whether we be rich or poor, whether we be crippled or not crippled, we all belong to the human race. Every member in every race have a manifestly declared existence into the human race by the spirit of the human race. The human race is not made up of one race. The human race is a unit made of many races. Even though the human race is made of many races, the human race is one race. So let us be one, as in the number one, denoting unity. Let us be in the quality or state of mind of reconciling and uniting all races, and not be of the multiple groups that divide, shatter, and quench the spirit of the human race. It's okay for every one of us to uplift and encourage members within our own individual races and give them senses of worth and dignity. But let us not forget about the biggest, better, and baddest race, which is the human race. The human race is one, whole, complete, solid unit. I cannot say that my race make up the whole human race. Neither can you say that your race make up the whole human race, but each of us is a part of it. If the whole human race were one race, where would the different races be? If the whole human race were one color, where would the different colors be? If the whole human race were one race and one color, where would the different races, colors, uniquenesses, and differences in each of us be? As it is, the spirit of the human race has brought all the races together in this new world order, so that there should be unity among all races, all colors, uniquenesses, differences, to establish friendships among all of us. The human race is not made up of one race, but of many. The human body is not made up of one body part. The human body is made up of many body parts. For example, the foot cannot say, because I am not the hand, am I not part of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I'm not the eye, am I not part of the body? If the whole body, the feet, legs, hips, torso, shoulders, arms, finger, the neck, and the head were an eye, where would the ears and the hearing of the ears be? And if the whole body were an ear that hears, where would the other body parts be? The spirit of the human race has created and set every member within our own individual races, not to divide the races, but to unite all races and to show the beauty of the spirit of the human race. There are many races within the human race or body parts on the body. The eye cannot say to the head, I have no need of you. The feet cannot say to the legs, I have no need of you. I cannot say to you, I have no need of you. And you cannot say to me that you have no need of me. We can say these things, but that's not true. United we stand, divided we fall. The human race has to unite so we can all stand tall. This is crucial and very necessary. The members of the human race or parts of the body which we think are less honorable, upon these shall we bestow more honor, sense of worth, dignity, and show abundant attention or a lot of attention. My strong, my weak, my healthy, my feeble members of the human race family, I will continue to ask you to give gifts out of the kindness of your hearts and continue to help those in the time of need. Very recently, in the last couple years, there's been extreme, violent, catastrophic, weather-changing situations. There's been earthquakes, floods, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, winter storms, sinkholes, water shortage, sea life by the tons just bellowing up. There's wars and rumors of wars and people raging out of control all over the world. There's the 2011-2012 drought and everything to go with that. Cattle dying, the sun's so hot it's scorching all the crops. All these shootings, zombies, cannibals, the economy, people losing their jobs, and 2013 is just warming up. I can go on and on and on and on and on with all that. The point of the matter is this. Whenever the human race is faced with events such as these terrible, catastrophic tragedies, with one of them popping up every day, members of the human race always unite by the strength and power of the spirit of the human race, regardless of what tries breaking our spirit, and we give gifts freely to uplift and help those in the time of need from the kindness of our hearts. Matthew 7, verse 7 tell us to ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. This is why I'm asking every one of my fellow members of the human race by the spirit of the human race to continually give good gifts to this ministry, the ministry of reconciliation, so that we can powerfully keep moving forward, reaching all, one by one, in order to unite all the races and bring every member of the human race into this fellowship of oneness, so that we can have meaningful, friendly connections among every one of us. This is the cry of the spirit of the human race and all of our need. The reason we sought you out and knocked on your door is to ask that you support and help us spread this good news across our cities, across our towns, across our countries, and all across our world, uniting all races by the power and spirit of the human race, so that the human race and our world will become safer, more stable, more secure, stronger, healthier, and have more substance between every race and every individual. And stop some of the next shocking and terrifying events that rock and shocks the world and cause us to go into out of control behaviors or unstable, uncontrollable, agitated state of mind and worry and grief, of great afflictions. Every member of the human race has this hunger and this desire and need to unite. The spirit of the human race has tempered or mixed all the elements to satisfying proportions and urges us to unite and be one. So let us unite because we are one. Our parents encouraged and told us we can be anything and accomplish all we want. We also encourage and tell our little ones they can be anything and accomplish all they want. In the same fashion, I continue to encourage everyone to become masters of the craft of giving and become mighty administrators in the spirit of the human race and unite. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 33 says, there should be no schism in the body, or there should be no differences or divisions within the members of the human race about this subject or matter, about us being one complete, solid, whole unit. All of us should have the same care for one another, especially when we're troubled, worried, or going through any kind of mental grief. There's a story recorded and written about a group of people in a society that was filled with great trials of affliction and deep poverty, but found an abundance of joy. And out of their abundance of joy and deep poverty, they found riches of their liberality, or the quality or state of mind of being free from their great trials of affliction and deep poverty. From something they found while they were still filled with great trials of affliction and in deep poverty. While they were in this state, they found something that made them rich and gave them a sense of worth and dignity and united them. That's what we're doing today, uniting the human race so that we can become one, not just in name, but in friendship. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 1 through 3 says, moreover, brethren, we do you wit the grace of God bestowed on the churches of Macedonia, how that in a great trial of affliction, the abundance of joy and their deep poverty abounded unto their liberality. When the grace of God was bestowed on these people, they also received the spirit of being like-minded, banded together and brought themselves out of deep poverty and their great trials of affliction, which abounded unto riches that brought them liberality. The grace of God, or his spirit of grace, has been bestowed upon the human race and has been poured upon all flesh. So let us band, unite, liberate, and bring the whole world out of our great trials of afflictions and deep poverty, and experience this abundance of great joy together. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 3 and 4 says, for to their power, you see, it takes power to give gifts. It takes power to unite. It takes power for us to be one. Not only that, but when the human race band together, we're a powerful force. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 3 also says, they had a will and a desire within themselves to give gifts into the ministry that brought them out of their great trials of affliction and gave them a sense of worth and dignity. They also had a will and desire within themselves to give gifts into the ministry that brought them out of their deep poverty and united them, because they took upon themselves fellowship and willingly gave out of their hearts by faith and love. The human race have a readiness to give gifts out of faith and love. If you don't believe me, check it out. Whenever there's a catastrophic event, the human race band together or unite by the spirit of the human race and give gifts to those in time of need out of the kindness of our hearts. Because the human race is a race that cares for those in need, not just because others have need, just because we care and they're a part of us. Let us not only show compassion and give gifts to one another only when we celebrate holidays, birthdays, or when we're faced with such catastrophic events and unstable conditions we're facing today. Therefore, I continue to ask that you show compassion to this ministry. And through your support, we all can experience our ultimate might and ultimate power and build a better world and society for ourselves and those to come after us. We have much work to do, so let's unite and make wholeness, oneness, completeness, unity, reality every day in our lives. If any of you have any doubts about giving gifts into this ministry, or say anything negative, or have no faith in this ministry, I would like to say this, as it states in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 6 through 15. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Guaranteed. If you sow gifts into this ministry, you're going to also reap or receive gifts out of this ministry. Every man, according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you have always having all sufficiency in all things may abound unto every good work. Whatever you purpose or have settled in your heart, give it, not grudgingly or of necessity. When giving gifts into this ministry or any other ministry or to anyone, with this mindset, along with a strong will and desire, and be a happy, optimistic, or cheerful giver, also knowing the nature of our ministry, the ministry of reconciliation, the Almighty is able to make all grace abound unto you so that you'll always have sufficiency in all things and will abound to every good work. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 10 says, as it is written, he hath given, dispersed abroad. He hath given even to the poor. He hath given to the poor. His righteousness remaineth forever. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 15. Thanks be to this unspeakable gift. Brothers and sisters, my fellow members of the human race, I would not have you ignorant of your spiritual gifts. That is why we are manifesting and uniting the human race so that we can all become one and experience a lifetime of gifts. Revelations chapter 14, verse 15 says, and another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust the sickle and reap. The time has come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. It's imperative that we all thrust our own sickles and cut through the doubt in our minds that's blocking and stopping our minds from uniting and sowing gifts into this good cause of uniting and uplifting the human race. The time has come for you to open your heart, to sow and give your gifts into this ministry so that the human race can reap and benefit from our unspeakable gift, and give thanks to the Spirit of the human race because he is uniting all of us together. Luke chapter 6, verse 38, give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure you meet withal, shall it be measured to you again. The power and the spirit of the human race has anointed and placed us into this ministry to unite all races, and he has sent us to heal all broken hearts that has suffered from not being one complete, solid, whole unit. This is acceptable, and we approve this message. Send your gifts to Reconciliation Ministries, 358 Dibble Street,